And his name is MVP. In Pro League all-time, he wasn't the most successful in Brood War. He's 10-27 in his Brood War Pro League matches. But this man's results, he has 4 GSL championships. He won an MLG. He won a BlizzCon. He's a WCG champion. He won WCS EU. And he's won an IEM as well. This guy does not mess around. This is the king of Wings of Liberty, the most successful Wings of Liberty Terran, the most successful Wings of Liberty player of its entire lifetime. Before we went into Heartless Swarm, nobody came close to disputing this guy. The person who was the closest at first was his teammate in ST, but he surpassed him hardcore.
We had other members such as MC, OGS MC back in the day. Those were like the trio of the best of each of race in the Wings of Liberty expansion. But of course, we have MVP going up against eMotion over here. Protoss player so far, he's just 1-1, but he is 0-1 against Terran. And when you go up against a Terran who is basically a king at some point in his career, you got to be shaking in your boots.
Well, let's see how well MVP can do today. Practicing in Korea, training with Koreans for a Korean league now, and he's not going to play against, a Protoss player who's a European Protoss in this match. This is eMotion, somebody who's basically a B-teamer for Samsung Galaxy Con. Can he prove himself here in this TVP and put his team up 2-0 against Samsung? Let's find out right now on Star Station. This is the 2014 Pro League with Brendan the Wolf.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Up here in the top left, known as the King of Wings of Liberty. Here he is, I am MVP. He's back. His first game in the 2014 Pro League.
He's up against the Samsung Galaxy Con player at the bottom right, eMotion, who's played his own share of online cups, but has only played 2 matches televised, and he's 1-1. And he has to play against somebody who has no fear, no emotions when it comes to sitting in that booth and playing good games. He's played in so many different countries, in so many different regions, and he's dominated the hardest one. He was the undisputed king of Wings of Liberty. That's why they call him the King of Wings. So everybody in this studio right now is wondering, can he prove himself again in Heart of the Swarm in Korea? Because he's had a bit of a hiatus of Korea matches. The last tournament he won was WCS Europe Season 1 for 2013. That's the region he did switch to.
Yeah, and that's Season 1 in 2013. We, like you mentioned, MVP on a bit of a hiatus. He's back here, though. This is his first game in the 2014 Pro League, and he's here to represent his team. This is the game. This is the matchup that Incredible Miracle needs to win. Hero was able to take that first win, but now it's on MVP's shoulders to keep it going. They need this win to reiterate, to get into the playoffs. If they do not win, they do not have a chance.
Yeah, this is true. And MVP, just like we saw Reality do in Game 1, will go Command Center first, something that eMotion is already coming out to scout. And we're going to see basically a mirror of what we saw in Game 1, where this probe will force 2 additional SCVs off the line. He has a second gas going up, and he's going to immediately stop everything, get a Nexus up, and then recontinue. There's that harass. So annoying for eMotion, or rather for MVP by eMotion. And MVP actually has to move his SCV. He's going to lose a little bit of build time here.
Yeah, eMotion continuing to try to just be as annoying as possible, chasing after that really weak SCV. Of course, he's going to try to repair that and ward off this lone probe. The 2 barracks go down, of course.
Notice how MVP, while he was chasing with that SCV, he jumped over to make the second barracks with the chasing one. As soon as it came to the right spot, he wanted to make it, then pulled no one off the mineral line just to mess with the probe a little bit. I really like that. There's the Nexus going down, of course, as fast as possible. As soon as eMotion figures this out, he just cuts everything, gets the Nexus up to catch up economically.
Yeah, you guys saw that he only had, I think it was either 1 or 2 probes in that one gas that he had. And there were probes out of gas in that other gas.
Hard carry.
Yeah.
Talking about MVP. We'll see how he can hard carry his team. Everyone is calling him the ace of IM because he once was. He and ST ruled Wings of Liberty in the beginning of it. 2011 was the year of MVP. He was the most dominant player. He was winning everything. And ST himself, multiple-time GSL winner, defeating his teammate Lucira in one of those finals, comes to mind, beating Marine King in another. And IM was just the team that everyone who in Korea followed StarCraft 2 in the beginning, when Brood War was still going on in Korea, who switched to StarCraft 2, the fans who were watching both, knew that IM was the best team in Korea. They had the best players in individual leagues, and they were doing really well in GSTL as well. And now in Heart of the Swarm, they've fallen down a little bit, so everyone's looking and saying, wow, MVP is playing today. Can he actually get their team a victory here?
Yeah, it's a big deal to have MVP come out here after such a long time and have him try to come, not quite be the ace. Maybe he does come out in an ace match, we're not sure even if it's going to get there, but he really needs this win for his team. I love the fact that they're throwing him out here, actually. It shows so much trust in a guy that they used to rely on so much, a guy who used to win a ton of tournaments for team leagues for them and get them a bunch of fame and stuff. He was one of the players, along with ST, a bunch of other guys who, made IM that best team that you're talking about.
Yeah, indeed. Stargate finishes, we will see an Oracle come out here for eMotion. One of those aggressive builds we see rather than the robotics. This is the way that you can go down two different paths as a Protoss. Stargate in a great spot here, not scanned there by MVP, but if you're a Protoss player, after you take your expansion, you either go into a safe robotics, into a Forge play into the third, or you do something before that, which is either Blink, DTs, or an Oracle, one of those three. Oracle the most common, and this is something that MVP is already temporarily prepared for with a few Marines in the main base, a few at the natural, does not want to get caught with his pants down here, and here comes that Oracle across the map.
Yeah, Oracle making his way across the map. You always got to be prepared with these Marines. We even saw Reality in the last game putting his Marines next to his command center, even though Hero was going for their robotics, because, like you said, he just has to be prepared for it, because one of the things that Protoss can come at you with, he's going to have this Oracle. He could take out those Marines, but he's going to go right for the mineral line. He sees those Marines, and now he's just going to back off.
Yeah, it doesn't even activate his attack, and that's a little bit annoying, because he could have killed those three Marines, like you said, but he was not paying attention. Those three Marines came out, and they could have been killed instantly. The Oracle could have gotten away, but he took so much damage already. He's got to be careful with this Oracle. He still has not activated its ability. Now he activates it when there are way too many Marines. This is a poor execution here. Gets one kill, loses a lot of hit points on the other hand.
Yeah, if he was looking right at that Oracle, he could have had multiple times where he actually could have taken out those three Marines, but then three more popped out, and then he went in. Not the best Oracle Michael we've seen.
Right now, MVP is like, well, I guess I don't even need to make turrets because you only made one and it's already halfway dead, so I guess I'm good. And that's a pretty good feeling for him, who now also has his starport up, so he can produce 2 medevacs. His 3 barracks production still going solid, 2 Marauders at a time. Stim completed, he can start combat shields right away. He's also got +1 on the way. Of course, eMotion's +1 armor with Chrono Boost is getting far, far ahead. He's about to have a Twilight Council and Colossi, so he's going to be able to take a safe third base, all things considered, but this Oracle has basically accomplished nothing for him.
Yeah, he rushed this out. He could have gotten a variety of different techs. He could have done what Hero did and maybe get the robotics out. This is a nice revelation, at least. If you don't do damage with your Oracle, you can do this. You can see exactly where that army is going to be for a very long time.
Doesn't identify those 2 additional barracks are being added, though. So he might be thinking, okay, what if you add a CC now? Or is that what your follow-up is going to be? Or are you going to start being aggressive? Seeing the 3 barracks they saw already, he's probably going to be thinking aggression is coming his way. Part of the reason why he goes into Colossi before a third base, just to be safe. Blink also coming out and will get +1. The Oracle gets 2 more additional kills and has to run away. Not getting a whole lot of harassment done, but if you're getting harassment done with an Oracle past the 9-minute mark, you're probably doing something right. I mean, if you get 2 kills in the Oracle at almost 10 minutes, you did a nice little control move there to get something, anything.
Yeah.
Oops, supply block here. Missed Chrono there. I should wait for that pylon to finish before he has to actually get that next Colossus out. Range just started.
Yeah, that's a bit annoying. You have to notice that while he was doing that Oracle harass, this actually did come to pass, so maybe trying to focus a bit on his micro, and back at home, he's not quite doing the best job. This Oracle's got to be careful. It's not going to even move. It's going to go down. Free Oracle.
Free Oracle. Ouch. The scan, again, misses the critical point, which is the 3 gateways being added. He sees with his floating factory, though, that there's no nexus made, so he knows something fishy is going on, and he's going to be aggressive to find out what's going on, and also to maybe try to trade against some of these units while eMotion is trying to get those Colossi out. If he doesn't micro well and one of the Colossi gets caught, can get that. And no SCV production here, as shown by our Korean observer. There's no more SCVs being made. MVP wants to be big-time aggressive here. 3 Marauders at a time being produced. He's very Marauder-heavy, and he is going to hit hard with this push. He may even pull his SCVs.
Yeah, note their command center. We see even a Ghost Academy coming out. This floating factory is going to see that pylon that could signal that third Nexus coming out. But like you said, he's going to be real aggressive here. He's not going to hold back. There's that Ghost Academy.
Yep. And this is a really, really tough spot for eMotion. He's now identified, oh my god, that is a massive MVP army coming across the map. He's made so many Marauders. He's hitting me harder and faster than most Terran players would do. This is faster than the pushes we've seen Maru do. This is faster than the pushes we've seen Bomber do. And it's very, very heavy in Marauders, so that makes it so strong. And MVP actually, after seeing that there's no third Nexus, decides to swing around the right side of the map, not commit to the attack, because he knows that if there's a third base there, he's going to crush it. No chance that eMotion holds it, but without the third base, he doesn't have to commit. He's getting Ghosts out for the High Templar switch. But he has to be concerned that his own third base has not been started. He hasn't made any more SCVs, so I think after these Ghosts come out, he really will pull his SCVs and go for an all-in.
Yeah, it's definitely looking that way so far. Like you mentioned, no further SCV production leads you to believe. We see eMotion moving his army out on the map. It seems like he might want to go for a third here. He is, of course, well, it seemed like he was before making those probes. He did stop at 62 for now. 3 Ghosts in this comp.
17 Marauders, most importantly of all. I mean, that is so much power, especially against Colossi. Here comes the SCV pull we were talking about. He's pulled all of his SCVs. Going for the all-in here, just trying to produce as many Marauders as he can afford off of his mules here for the reinforcements. And this is scouted, this is spotted now by eMotion. Storm is a long way away, and here comes the King of Wings, forcing a blink on those Stalkers. And he's desperately trying to chrono boost this out. He's got a Mothership Core here to buy a little bit of time, but that's all he's going to be able to buy.
He needs this Storm. This is just too much stuff on the ground. We have a time warp to delay it. He's trying to chrono boost it out. Is he going to get here in time?
The Mothership Core goes down. Storm is almost ready, but it's not quite there. The 2 Temple on the right side. Can EMP? No Storms today. And the Vikings going to work on those Colossi. MVP on the other hand, does he have enough to push his way through? It looks like he very well may. Force fields go down. Another warping of Zealots. The Archon comes through, but still not a single Storm. And here comes the King of Wings of Liberty, asserting his dominance here in this Terra vs. Colossus opening Pro League match. He will catch that final Colossus, and goodbye Nexus, GG!
MVP takes his first match back here in Korea for Pro League. He takes his second win for incredible miracle over this poor Protoss player eMotion.
Whoa, what a crazy push we saw there. MVP not messing around. He had the plan from the beginning to hit with his timing. Storm almost ready, almost ready, almost ready. The High Temple just sitting there looking like, totally useless. Right as Storm finishes, EMP hits those Templar. No Storms, and no Storms is no win in this case. And now the Incredible Miracle Coach looking incredibly happy. And I can't blame him. They are 1 win away from taking the all kill today, which will put them in a great indicator, and they really need this win if they want to have any hope of going to the playoffs.
MVP just showing his former self, really just a very well executed build there. It wasn't a huge macro play or anything, but a very nice comp he had